Today's yoga practice is going to focus on neck and shoulders. So trying to ease up that any stiffness that you might have in that area. And we're going to focus on abundance. Let's soften our eyes and land and arrive in our individual yoga studios, taking some breaths, tuning into your breath, noticing the rise and the fall of your chest as you inhale and exhale. Just taking some nice deep breaths. Noticing the earth underneath your feet and underneath your buttocks as you inhale, breathing up the energy from the earth up through your spine and up through your body. Checking in across your body, noticing any areas that may be a little tight or a little sore, acknowledge them and breathe out all of that stiffness or whatever it is that it's got going on in your body. Just taking some nice deep breaths now. As you inhale all the earth's energy and exhale all that you don't need. As we focus today through our practice on abundance, it's really important that we do the best we can to always be positive and joyful. It helps to lead us to calmer waters. If we all contribute something, the effect is monumental, making a difference in your life and also making the lives of others more abundant. Let's start with some shoulder rolls. And taking it back the other way. And then moving our head from side to side, bringing our neck across and bringing our ear to our shoulder while we drop the other shoulder a little. It's going from side to side, nice and gently. Feeling that deep stretch through from the shoulder up into the neck. And then bringing our right hand up and over our head, just bringing it over to the left-hand side of your head, dropping your left shoulder a little bit, and just gently bringing it across, taking some breaths here. Dropping the left shoulder a little bit, so you feel that nice stretch through the side of the neck. Take some deep breaths here. And then change over to the other side, bring the left hand up and over and dropping the right shoulder blade, right shoulder a little to get that nice gentle stretch. Softening your eyes here and coming back to the focus on your breath. And then release and bring your head back to normal. Dropping your chin towards your chest. Stretching the muscles towards the back of your neck and between your shoulders. Taking some breaths here. And as you inhale, bring your head up looking up towards the ceiling, stretching the front of the neck, taking a couple of breaths here, and then bringing your nose back to center. And we're going to go from side to side, taking our left hand across to our right knee and our right hand behind us, looking over the right shoulder, really lifting up through the spine, nice and tall. Taking a couple of breaths, gently stretching the body, and then take it to the other side. And then back to center again. Bringing the left hand across the body and the right hand underneath. Drawing that left hand across and looking over the left shoulder. Just taking some breaths here. Noticing the stretch through the left scapula. And then take it to the other side. Bring the right hand across, left hand under, looking over the right shoulder. And then release, bringing your right hand down onto the mat and left hand over the top. That's it. We're going to go from side to side. So inhale as you come to sitting up tall, and then exhale as you go to the side. With the timing of your own breath, going from side to side, stretching out the sides of your body and through your shoulders. Let's go one more on each side. And then come back to center, and then grab your towel or whatever it is you have, and holding it up in your right hand and drop your towel behind your head, and take your left hand underneath and hold the bottom of the towel, and then draw it down with the left hand. So your right elbow is pointing up towards the ceiling. That's it. You might need to get a little bit more tension. That's it. So lifting up the chest and stretching. And then let's take it to the other side. So bring the towel back around to the front, lift up the left hand and throw the towel over the back. Take the right hand behind and then draw it down with the right hand to get that nice stretch through the shoulder on the left side. Coming up nice and tall with the spine. Taking some deep breaths. And then release it. Nice. And just give your shoulders a little bit of roll through. That's it. Okay, welcome Francis. Okay, let's come to our tabletop position now, on your hands and knees. That's it. So opening up your hands nice and wide, spreading your fingers, having your knees underneath your hips. As you inhale, lifting your chest up, and exhale, lift your belly button up and lift your spine up towards the ceiling and stretching through the back of the shoulders and the neck. Just going from inhaling, lifting up, and exhaling, bring the belly button up towards the sky. Just move through at your own pace. Let your breath initiate the movement. Just moving through cat-cow pose. warming up the spine, opening up the little spaces in between the vertebrae, stretching through the neck and shoulders. And then bringing your body down onto the mat. Just have to move. And laying down on your front onto the mat, we're going to come into Sphinx pose. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and squeezing your bottom and lifting the chest up, squeezing the shoulders back and down, lifting up, and then exhale, bring your forehead down to the mat and rest. And then inhale, lift up through the chest, looking forward, bring the shoulders back and down, squeezing between the shoulder blades. And then as you exhale, bring your forehead back down to the mat. So moving through at your own pace. Inhale as you lift up. And exhale as you come back down to the mat. Let's do 4 more of these at your own pace. Really feel that squeeze between the shoulders and through the buttocks. And last one. And then coming back up onto all 4, bring your knees forward and take them wide, and we'll go into child's pose. So bring your buttocks down to your heels and walk your hands forward. Surrendering into child's pose, bring your forehead down towards the mat. As you exhale, allow your body to surrender into it a little more. Feeling the stretch through the lower back and the shoulders. Opening up in alignment through the hips. Just relaxing into the pose. Let's take 4 more breaths here. And last breath here. As you inhale, come up and bring your chest forward. Bring your knees back in line with your hips. As you inhale, lifting up the chest. And then exhale, coming back to child's pose. So we're going to move through this flow. Inhale, lifting up the chest forward into an upward dog. And exhale into child's pose. It's getting a little bit more movement into your spine, into your lower back, and into your shoulders. Just go at your pace, using your breath. Exhaling as you come into child. And inhaling as you lift up. Lift the chest and bring your body forward into an upper dog. Let's do 1 more round together. And then bring your body up into a standing position. Standing at the back of your mat with your left toes slightly turned out, and step forward with the right foot. Aligning your hips and shoulders so that they're facing forward. Bending the right knee. Should feel a nice stretch through the left hip flexor. As we inhale, we're going to lift our arms up and lift our chest and look up into warrior 1. Stretching the arms up nice and tall. Imagine you're holding a big beach ball, lifting it up towards the sky. Let's take a couple more breaths here. And then take the right hand forward, left hand back into warrior 2. And bring the shoulders back, squeezing them together. That's it, feeling nice squeeze through there. This is warrior two. Opening up through the chest, looking forward towards the right hand, and then lengthening out the right knee and bring both hands down towards the right foot. Now, if you have your block, you can place your hand on the block, and we're going to inhale, lift the left hand up towards the ceiling and looking up towards the left hand into triangle pose. Feeling a deep stretch through the back of the right leg, opening up through the chest, taking the left hand a little bit further back to get a little bit more stretch. And as you exhale, bring the left hand down and then take both hands behind your back, clasping them, and lift up the chest a little bit, lift the hands a little bit off the back. It's getting another stretch through the shoulders. Let's take a couple of breaths here and then release the hands and come back up to standing. Bring both feet together at the back of the mat. Give your body a little shake. Then we'll take it to the other side. So standing at the back of the mat, turn the right foot out, step forward with the left foot. Check your alignment that your left heel is around, lined up with the right arch. Bring your hips and your chest and shoulders facing forward. Inhale, bending the left knee and lift your arms up to the ceiling and connecting with the stretch through the right hip flexor. Imagine you're holding that bit ball up towards the sky, lifting your chest, lifting your gaze. Taking some breaths here. It's coming back into the body, remembering the theme of our practice today is abundance. So bringing joy and abundance into our lives. And then taking the left hand forward, right hand back, and squeezing the shoulder blades together, looking towards the left hand. The left knee is still bent, so keeping it nice and strong through the legs. Let's take a few breaths here. Taking our hands back, squeezing the shoulder blades. And then lengthening out the left knee, bringing both hands down towards the mat. Placing the left hand on a block if you have one, or next to your left foot. Lengthening the left leg so you get a nice straight left leg, and lift the right hand up towards the sky, looking up towards the right hand. So you've got a nice squeeze through the back, a nice stretch through the left hamstring, and opening up through the chest. Just breathing here. One more breath. Then bringing the right hand down and both hands behind your back. Lifting the hands off your back, lengthening out that left leg, opening up through the chest, stretching through the shoulders. Then releasing your hands, come back up to standing. Give your legs a little shake. Then facing towards the side of the mat now, with your legs nice and wide. I'm going to inhale, lift our arms up, stretch forward, stretch through the front of the body, little back arch, and then exhale, folding forward. Now you can slide your hands down your legs to protect your lower back if you wish. So coming into a forward bend, then heel toe your feet a little wider, and then bringing your hands in between your feet and bring the top of your head, the crown of your head, face that down towards the earth, and let your body fall heavy here into this forward bend. Let your shoulders fall heavy and your head fall heavy. And let's take some breaths here, just coming back to your breath. Notice the rise and fall of your chest, enjoying the inversion. Inversions are great because they help to trigger the lymphatic system drainage and also reverse the circulatory system. It's great for your immunity, good for your heart. Just coming back to the breath, letting go of all the busyness that you have in your day, coming back to abundance, the theme of our practice, bringing more joy into our lives. Walking your hands slightly forward towards the edge of the mat, and then lifting up your chest and lengthening the spine, stretching through the back. Taking a couple of breaths here. So you've got a nice flat back, and then heel toe your feet a little closer together. Bend your knees a little, and then come back up to standing. Now, for those of you that might have any shoulder issues, we're going to do a downward dog next. So Deb, potentially you can do your downward dog with your hands on that chest of drawers next to you. So instead of going down to the ground, you can have your hands on the chest, and everybody else perhaps can come into normal downward dog. So we're coming down onto the mat, bring our hands down and lifting our hips up towards the sky, walking our heels down. That's it. Stretching through the back of our legs. And then bringing our knees down to the mat. And we're going to come onto our back, onto a bridge pose. So laying on your back with your knees bent, feet flat on the ground. Bring the back of your shoulders and your head to the ground. Walk your heels in towards your buttocks. And as we inhale, we're going to lift through our hips, bring the hips up towards the sky, and bring our hands over the top of the ground behind our head. Squeeze the buttocks, really lift up as high as you can, bring your chest up towards your chin, and then exhale, slowly lower your spine back down to the mat and sliding your hands around to the side and back to the starting point. Walk your heels in a little closer again, then inhale, lift up. Bring your hands over the top and take your arms out to the sides and back as you slowly lower your body down to the mat. Continue on with your own breath. Just listening to your body, scanning what it feels. Feeling that nice movement through the lower back. Feeling the stretch, the quads and the hamstrings, and opening up through the shoulders. Let's go 2 more rounds. And our last round. And then bring your knees up to your chest, hug your knees to your chest, and roll the lower back in a circle in one direction, releasing any tension you might have in your lower back. And then take it in the other direction. And then reach through the middle of your knees towards the outside edge of your feet. And then lift your feet up with the soles of your feet pointing up towards the ceiling into a happy baby pose. Flattening out your back, really giving that a nice stretch. You might want to roll from side to side or just flatten it out. Let's take a few breaths here. Just feel that nice stretch in the lower back area. And then release your hands from your feet. Bring the right foot down to the mat and cross the left foot in front of the right knee, and then hug that towards your chest, coming into a reverse pigeon pose. So hugging that towards the chest, you might reach through the gap in the legs and bring your hands around your right shin, or just holding on to the left leg, whatever works for you, depending on how your body feels today. Noticing a stretch through the left glute. Nice release of the lower back as well. Let's take a couple more breaths here. And then release your hands, allow the right foot to come down to the mat, and then change your legs over. So putting the left foot on the ground, bending the right knee and bringing the right leg in front of the left thigh, hugging that towards your chest. And depending on your flexibility on that side, you might like to reach through to the left leg and pull that towards you. Feeling the deep stretch on the right glute this time. Just flattening out your back. Taking some deep breaths here. Just breathing into the stretch. Each time you exhale, draw it a little closer to the body. Let's take one more breath. And then uncross your legs. Hug the knees back to the chest again, rinsing out the twist that we've just done. From here, we're going to go into our legs up position. So you might like to get close to a wall or a bed or a cabinet, whatever you have in your room, and have your legs up there. You might like to place a block or a bolster underneath your lower back and go into a supported legs up. Or you can go into a shoulder stand, whatever is going to be working for you today. So bringing your feet up in the air, resting the rest of you on the floor, making some little circles with your ankles so your feet are nice and light up in the air. Taking your feet out nice and wide. Coming back to the breathing, nice and restorative. Bringing the soles of your feet together and your knees out to the side like a butterfly. If you're in the shoulder stand, you might like to take your feet up tall again and take them over towards where your head is into a plow pose, stretching out the back of your neck and your lower back. For everyone else, just bringing the feet over the head a little. Just coming back to the breathing. Coming back to the theme of our practice of abundance, bringing more joy and happiness into our lives and the lives of those around us. Let's take a few more breaths here. And then on your next inhalation, bringing your legs back down to the mat, coming into Savasana, laying on your back. If you have a bolster, you might like to put it under your knees to support your lower back. If you have a blanket, you can put it over you to retain the warmth that you've cultivated. If you have an eye pillow, you can use that. And we're going to do a yoga nidra, which is a restorative yoga practice. It's really nurturing, deep meditational. It's like a yogi sleep. It's used a lot for people with any sorts of anxiety or post-traumatic stress syndrome. Just really nice to restore the balance back into the body. So making yourself really comfortable. Take 3 deep, relaxing breaths, relaxing the body. Laying on your back in Savasana. So laying down on your back, just resting in the corpse pose. Relaxing your body. Be aware of the sounds in the distance. Moving your awareness from sound to sound without attempting to identify the source of the sound. Be aware of your physical body laying down in Savasana. Your spine aligned. Your chin lower than your forehead. Your arms close to the body. Fingers away from the floor. As comfortable as possible. Become aware of your natural breath and keep it completely spontaneous. Repeat your intention 3 times with feeling. Softening your eyes. Rotate your consciousness around your body, starting with the right hand thumb, forefinger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm, back of your hand, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side trunk, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, top of your foot, bottom of your foot, toes, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Check your awareness that you're still awake and rotate your consciousness to the left side of your body, starting with the left hand thumb, forefinger, middle finger, ring finger, a little finger, palm, back of your hand, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side trunk, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, top of your foot, bottom of your foot, toes, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Check your awareness that you're still awake and move your attention to the back of your body, your heels, back of your legs, buttocks, back, shoulder, arms, right temple, left temple, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, eyebrow center, right eye, left right cheek, left cheek, right nostril, left nostril, lips, chin, throat, chest, 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 abdomen, 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 pelvis, pelvis, pelvis. Become aware of your breath, counting back from 17 to 0. Check your awareness that you're still awake. Awakening the feeling of warmth within the body. The whole body is warm. Your feet are warm. Your legs are warm. Your trunk is warm. Shoulders are warm. Your arms are warm. Your hands are warm. Your head is warm. And now awaken the feeling of coolness within your body. Your head is cool. Shoulders are cool. Your arms are cool. Your hands are cool. Your trunk is cool. Your legs are cool. Your feet are cool. Bring your awareness to the front of your closed eyes and imagine the following objects as they are named. A beautiful sunrise, the smell of the rain, a full moon over the water, a rainbow, a waterfall, a dolphin, an eagle, a red rose, an elephant, a clear blue sky, Now is the time in your practice to repeat your intention 3 times. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Feel your body resting in Savasana, aware of the room that you're in and the surrounds, the floor, the ceiling, the walls, the windows, the sounds inside the room, outside the room. Recall the time of day and know that the practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to an end. I will chime the singing bowl once. The practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. Wiggling your fingers and toes, stretching out your hands and feet, gently rolling to one side. Taking a few breaths there, and when you're ready, come to a comfortable seated position. I've got a quote for us today from Rumi about abundance. Giving thanks for abundance is greater than abundance itself. So giving thanks for abundance is greater than the abundance itself. That's from Rumi. Thank you for your beautiful yoga practice today and for taking the time for yourself. Hopefully you're feeling a little more restored and centered. Let's bring our hands to our heart and then take them up to our forehead for kind thoughts, to our lips for kind words, and to our heart for a kind heart. Namaste. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Jen. That was lovely.
Ah, good.